earlier. I know I just kind of dipped out on y'all, but for those who didn't see my live earlier, well, actually, let me go ahead and start over here, y'all, because I don't go live often, so I am trying to get used to and going live. So first, here we are making um, some smothered potatoes. I'm also doing some fish, grilled fish, and we're also doing some broccolini. So I'm trying to prep early because my wife told me that I take too long when it comes to cooking. So I am trying to get done as early as I can. So this is a bad potato. Alrighty. Yep. So I'm trying to. It's about 6 o'clock right now. So I'm trying to see if I can be done at least by like 7:30. I don't think it'll take me that long. Good thing is that potatoes really don't take that long to do. So I got this potato peeler from the 99 cent store. We was trying to. We was looking around town and I came across and I was like, oh, let me get this and see how this is working out. But yeah, I do apologize about earlier. I'm gonna start my story over because I know a lot of people wasn't really like watching the live, and I am trying to get better with it, y'all. I am trying to get better. I'm trying to get my followers up on YouTube. So if you are a new follower or if you're a new watcher, definitely let me know where you're watching me from in the comments, and definitely don't forget to subscribe and you know give me some likes and shares. I feel like I'm gonna cut myself with this potato peeler. This is different. Not like your traditional potato peeler. Don't need to be like perfect, but yeah. But let me go ahead and start my story over. I was telling everybody how did I end up in Texas. Everybody's been asking me like what happened. How did I end up in Texas? But let me tell y'all what happened. So I'm gonna go ahead and start my story over. That way y'all can kind of really get like the full details of everything. So basically, I had moved back to Colorado Springs back in like 2018. So this was like right before the pandemic had happened, and my son was just being born. And so during that time, I was still getting situated in Colorado Springs, and then, right, you know, I had just moved to Denver after being a year in Colorado Springs. So this is like 2019, and about a year in and being in Denver, everything was going good. With the job and everything, everything was going good. And then a bug. I found a bug in the house, and I was like, "What is this bug?" So then I wind up, doing some Google searches and stuff like that, and I actually Googled like a bed bug, and I was like, "Well, how did this get here?" So at first I was really just like under the impression maybe one of the, maybe my daughter might have brought it inside from school, because when the different traffic and little stuff like that. So then I called the office management. They sent somebody over, and they cleaned it up, and then 2 or 3 months later, we just kept seeing them, and I was just like, "Where is this? Like where is this coming from?" So then, um, and they just coming by, they keep spraying and spraying and spraying and spraying, and so then I go to the office, and she was like, "Oh, you know what?" She accidentally tells me that it was the people upstairs. So then that tells me that the people upstairs, they were living like that the entire time and didn't report it, because when the people came by, they reported to them that that's where it was coming from. So then finally, after the fourth and sixth time of them coming, that's when they decided they wanted to go ahead and try to inspect the whole apartment. I'm like, well, y'all should have been there that months ago. So now there's an infestation, me and the family getting bit, and it was crazy. So then I was like, I asked for compensation on my rent because I felt like a lot of my stuff I really felt like I had to throw away because it was everywhere. We were seeing them on the couch, we were seeing them in the bedroom, we were seeing them in the tub, like they were coming out the walls, like it was bad. So then they offered to move us to another apartment, and I was completely fine with that. I wasn't trying to be difficult, and I was like, well, fine. If you want, you can definitely move me to another apartment. I am, definitely okay with that. I'm not going to, you know, um, you know, disagree with you on moving me to another apartment. That is completely fine. I'm okay with being moved to another apartment. But I'm like, well, my thing is though, I didn't really have nobody to help me to move, and I kind of felt like I wasn't going to help nobody. I wasn't going to ask nobody to help me to move, right? So I felt like it was fair, considering the fact that y'all didn't get on this right away. I asked for $1,000 in compensation because I was gonna throw my beds away. I was gonna give me a new couch, even though $1,000 really not gonna cover. everything. But I did ask, for a little bit of compensation on my rent. Then on top of that, I think it was fair. Y'all should pay somebody to help me move my stuff, right? I'm not about to, um, I'm not about to, hey, by the way, want to help me move? I got bed bugs. So I wasn't about to do that. So then they were giving me a hard time about that, and then the bed bugs getting worse, and then during that time when I saw the people upstairs throwing their mattresses away, I was like, oh hell no. Nah. So I'm like, well, at that point I'm getting livid. I'm letting them know about the laws, it's uninhabitable and things like that, and so they decided to let me go of my lease. That's what they decided to do. They decided to let me go of my lease, and I didn't come up with that solution. That was their suggestion, and then they gave me my last month's rent back. So I was like, during that time now, that's about a year later into it. So now we're like, pre-pandemic, post-pandemic, everything's still fresh, still can't find toilet paper. It was a lot of stuff going on at the time, right? So um, during that time, I'm like, well, so we wound up moving, during the middle of the pandemic, and I threw everything away, y'all. I threw away my bed, I threw away my couch. I even made a mistake and threw away a whole laptop. That's how paranoid I was. The laptop was in my backpack. Did not realize it was in the backpack. So wound up throwing a whole laptop away, yo. Not even realizing because that's how paranoid I was. And for months, I was everything to me looked like a bed bug, y'all. It didn't. It could have been like a dirt marker, a piece of like a rock or something. I swear it was a bed bug, and I was freaking out over every little thing. I was paranoid for months, So, but then that first night was the most uncomfortable, uncomfortable night ever because, like I was saying, it was post pandemic, so nobody had beds and stuff in stock. So the first night, we all cut it up on the floor, but it was so comfortable, not having to worry about being bit, But um, other than that. So we wound up getting some new beds. We found up, wind up, getting situated. And during that time, I kind of already had made a meditated thought that I was actually going to move to Oklahoma to be a little closer to home. I didn't want to go exactly close to home, but I wanted to be a little bit closer to home when my daughter started middle school. So I wanted to be just a little bit closer to home. Turn my microphone's on. Let me know if y'all can't hear me. But yeah, I wanted to be closer to home, but I didn't want to go exactly home. So then I wanted to go to San Antonio, but during the pandemic, they was like, well, oh well, y'all can go ahead and start working from home, and then we're going to let y'all work from home temporarily, and then y'all gonna have to come back, and then finally during the they was like, well, hey, y'all doing good, so we're gonna let y'all continue to work from home permanently. So then instead of going back home, to Tucson or Oklahoma, I actually wind up going back home to New Orleans. And so I was in New Orleans for about a year and a half. And I finally had got situated in my own place in New Orleans. Finally had got it situated. Then literally right in the beginning of moving in, they had found mold in the apartment. Well, I found mold in the apartment right in the beginning of moving in. And I wound up calling the people to come clean it up. And this was within the first week. So they did the best they could. The dude came through. He cleaned up the best he could, but I didn't complain too much because I didn't want to give him a hard time. Right. So after that fact of him cleaning it, then there was like flies and stuff coming out the tub. And it was just crazy. All this happened like within a week of me moving in. And after the bed bug situation and what happened with the apartment complex and all that good stuff, I've been pretty thorough when it comes to doing my checks. So I try to, check everything. Try to check everything. And then so I was really, disappointed because I missed some stuff and I thought I was doing a good job, checking everything, making sure that everything was good. And then, and then that happened. So I was already upset about that. And the apartment did smell like herbs when I first moved in, but she was like, oh, it's gonna go away. Get you some air fresheners, it'll all go away. And then which it never did. It never did. But then on top of that, what happened. And so literally now I'm about like 45 days and things are just starting to get situated. Just started paying, paying started, just paid my first month's rent, and then on top of that, so I'm at work. My wife called me and she was like, "Hey, Melvin, there's water leaking from the ceiling." And so I'm like, well, just go ahead and call the people. They're gonna come fix it, right? And then so she called me back like an hour later. Melvin, there's a hole in the ceiling. So literally the ceiling caved in, y'all. The ceiling had caved in. It was literally like a waterfall coming from the middle of the ceiling. For those who haven't seen like the reel, you should definitely check it out. I posted a reel, a little short story. I'm sorry, I posted a short, not a reel. I posted a short of it of what happened. And so if you guys want to kind of like the short version of it, you can definitely go check that out. And so, on top of that happening, so I went to go ahead and talk to the office people about it, and I was like, I think it's time. This time I'm serious. I think it's really time for me to get compensation on my rent because I've been dealing with a lot, and now right now I don't even have a place to stay, and then, and I was telling her about the whole situation with the mold and all that. So I was building up a case. That's the reason why I felt like I deserved money, back in compensation on my rent. And the lady was like, "Well, why would you move in and knowing that there was mold in there?" And then I was real calm, y'all. I was really, really calm, really calm. And only thing I did was I took my son off my lap. He was sitting on my lap at the time, and I said, "Ma'am, I think you really need to change your choice of words because I'm like, you are really taking me there." Hey, what's up, viewer? Let me know where you're watching me from. Yeah, so I was telling her, you really, really need to change your choice of words. And she just started going off. She was like, "Oh, you're making me feel uncomfortable. I need you to leave." And I was like, "Well, what am I supposed to do about my apartment complex? About my apartment?" And she was like, "Well, just go ahead and call you renter's insurance, right?" So I did what she told me to do. She didn't give me no follow up. She didn't tell me exactly like how they was gonna fix the situation. None of that. I guess she was just expecting me to stay there with, the apartment being flooded out. Now I didn't even tell you the apartment had flooded out all the way from the bathroom to the bedroom, all the way to the kitchen, and half of the living room was flooded out as well, right? So then a lot of that was going on. And then so I did call my renter's insurance like she told me to. I called my renter's insurance. So the renter's insurance sent this third party company over to come clean up the apartment. Now during the time when they came back the next day, um, I was at work. So my wife was over there. And so they went ahead and, she signed for the paperwork for them to go ahead and start working. And so she leaves and we come back and they then um give me 1 second, y'all. Sorry. All right. So these people, they then went ahead and pulled up the baseboards, and they also went ahead and um, they pulled up the baseboards in the carpet, right? So then on top of that, um, so they found mold all the way from the bathroom to the bedroom bathroom to the kitchen. Mold. They found all of that. And during that time of us staying there, we was getting sick and we really couldn't figure out why. Like what was going on? Why are we getting sick? So I'm guessing, I know honestly it could have been a coincidence there was mold, but definitely could have been, because of the mold. Right. So then on top of that, so during the midst of all that going on, so then the apartment complex people, then they decide they want to come check everything out, see what's going on with the renters insurance, like what are these people doing in their apartment, right? So they go ahead and they pop their heads in. It was like, well, who told y'all to pull up the carpet? And I was like, well, you told me to call my renters insurance, right? So then they were like, well, y'all was supposed to come check with us before we did that. And then so the third party company, they were like, well, I guess they had a mistake for the order. They thought apparently that there was an order for they thought there was an order for like property, uh like uh like with structure damage, right? And it was only supposed to really come there for personal property damage. It was only supposed to come and take pictures of my personal property, not the building itself, right? So then the apartment complex wanted to hold me liable for the carpet and stuff being pulled up, right? But I'm like, in reality, though, I mean, if you really think about it, in reality, I think they should have been more focused. And that's what I told her. I said, I think we got a bigger problem here. You got mold, going all the way from the kitchen all the way to the living room, right? So they wasn't worried about the mold. They was just more worried about the carpet and stuff being pulled up, right? So then I went ahead and I sent the lady a nice little email, and I was like, well, I want to be let go from my lease. I also want my last month's rent back, and I want my deposit back without any penalties. Now at first, before we even got to that point, right now I'm asking the people for the property management's number. They didn't want to do none of that. They didn't want to. They didn't want to give me no emails, no none of that. So I just started emailing a bunch of random people until somebody responded, and finally they want to go ahead and get back to me. And then that's when they decided, oh well, they want to go ahead and let me go on my lease. They gave me all of my money back. They gave me my deposit back and everything. And I was able to walk away from it without nothing too crazy happening. So I was really happy about that. And considering the fact that yes, I did lose everything, and my renter's insurance did reimburse me for all my loss, so I was pretty happy about that. But the word of advice to anyone who may be going through something like that: if you ever have any damage going on in your apartment and your renter's insurance society want to send somebody out, before they start pulling up anything, have them to check with your management, your leasing office, so that way, anything that happens, it doesn't come back on you, because they were trying to hold me accountable. The lady was like, "Oh, why don't you give me the paperwork of you signing for the work order?" So the lady was trying to get me to hold myself, incriminate myself, trying to get me to incriminate myself so she can hold me accountable. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get it for you. But in the meantime, I was working on some stuff in the background. I had them to give me everything back. So but it worked out. So I mean, I really can't complain on that working out. So then wound up going back in with the in-laws, for a few more months. And so now I am here in San Antonio, Texas, and I have to say things are going pretty good here. Well, a few things I like about San Antonio is that it's great. If you want to raise a family, it is great. I'm using my phone, bud. It is great, especially if you have a family here in Texas. I mean, we've only been out here since January, and I can definitely say that there's a lot more stuff here to do in Texas than there is to do in Louisiana. Definitely a lot more stuff. I mean, people when they go to New Orleans, all they want to do is go to Bourbon Street, and I feel like there's definitely a lot more to do here in Texas. I mean, so far we've been to SeaWorld. That's been pretty cool. My son has autism, so we did a few little things out here. We did a autism walk, and we also just went to a little like autism prom. So that was different. I never seen nothing like that. So the autism prom is basically just like a little small little get together dance. I had a little bounce house for children who have autism, and so they was able to like play around. It wasn't like nothing overstimulating for the kids, so that was pretty cool. Had a little bounce house, a little train, and my son he loves wheels and cars and good little stuff like that. So he had a good time. So I mean I can't complain. All right, we are almost done cutting up these potatoes, y'all. We about to go ahead and strain them off, and we about to go ahead and start getting our onions, and I got our andouille sausage. We about to go ahead and saute that up. It is 6:17. I think I'm on a record. Yeah, because she definitely said I take too long cooking, so I'm trying to hurry up. Alrighty. Alright, making sure I don't got no potatoes left in here. What you gonna do? College and career? What's that?
Basically, well, I have to do my missing assignments, but other than that, I have to do, well, I have to look for colleges. It's
You said college career or college and career?
college.
Oh, okay.
So basically, I go around looking for colleges that interest me and where they are and the benefits.
That's cool. I definitely hope you find something that piques your interest. Alrighty. So now we about to go ahead and strain off our potatoes, y'all. Alright. And we about to go ahead and get this going. We got our strainer right here. About to go ahead and dump our potatoes in. About to rinse off our potatoes and then get all the dirt and stuff off. And then we about to go ahead and get our onions and our sausage cooked up. say is that you definitely want to keep your potatoes submerged in cold water. That kind of helps them from getting brown spots on them. The internet. All right, all right, all right, y'all. So we about to go ahead and move our stuff over here. That way y'all can see. All right, y'all. All right. About to get my light over here for y'all. You know what? Also, as well, let me. You know what, y'all? I'm gonna go ahead and move y'all back over here so that way I can season up my fish first. Just prepping everything, make everything easier. That way I can kind of move and go all at the same time. Definitely, y'all. Let me know where y'all is watching me from. I know I've done pretty bad when it comes to going live and being consistent with it. I do post my short videos pretty consistently. So that I do post pretty consistently live. I really don't go live too often. This is 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I think that's enough. And then the rest I'm gonna go ahead and put back in the freezer. Hey Nuvia, let me know where you watching from. How y'all doing today? All right, so now we're about to go ahead and season up our fish, y'all. Definitely. Tell me what kind of fish y'all like the best. What's up? Okay. Yeah. But definitely let me know what kind of fish do y'all like to cook. I know everybody they kind of everybody be downplaying tilapia. Tilapia is really not that bad. I've done actually some research on tilapia. Even though it is farm raised, they say farm raised tilapia tends to have a lot more protein because they feed the fish. At least that's what I saw. That's what I saw. But don't quote me on it. Google it for yourself. That is what I saw. That they farm raise the fish, so the fish do tend to have a little bit more protein in it. I heard it was genetically grown too. I don't know if that's true or not.
It's my son's first day of school. I'm inside.
Alrighty.
Let me help you out my class.
Alrighty. Let me get a little thing here because we're gonna wash our fish off. We are not. Some people be quick to tell you can't wash your fish. Hey, what's up? I see you over there watching me. Let me know where you watching me from. Awesome. But yeah, some people, they be quick to shoot you down like, oh, you don't wash your fish, you're dirty. That's how some people would be. Awesome. Yeah, but some people will definitely be like that. They'll let you know. All right, all matches. Okay, awesome. There we go. Yeah, but some people will definitely let you know if you ain't clean your food. But yeah, we about to go ahead and season this up. I'm just trying to get everything prepped up. Yeah, so that way. All right, about to go ahead and clean this off real quick. All right. Goal is to try to be done at least by 7:30. That's what I'm trying to do. All right. All right, y'all. I'm not really doing too much extra with the fish. The only thing I'm gonna season my fish with really is just some seasoning salt and some paprika. Really, that's really gonna be it. I'm not really doing nothing too crazy with the fish. So we about to go ahead and we about to dry our fish off. Yeah. So we just about to go ahead and we just about to just pat dry that off. Pat dry the fish off. There we go. So I ain't doing nothing too crazy. We just gonna season it with some seasoning salt and some paprika. Nothing too crazy. You know? So people say they want some seasoned potatoes. I'm about to get the people what they want. I was looking up, everybody got their own little way of doing, the smothered potatoes, but this is the way my mother-in-law make it. This is the way she used to cook it for her daughter and my wife. So I'm about to go ahead. I'm gonna make it the way her mom used to make it. Got a little baby fish right here. All right, cool. Now that our fish are dried off, now we about to go ahead and season this up here. I hit the top with some paprika. So we're gonna give it some of that kind of that black and look to it. So we're about to go ahead and season the other side up. I'm just kind of getting this ready beforehand, y'all, so that way I'm not kind of, I'm gonna try to, multitask here when I'm cooking, so that way I'm not trying to move between the potatoes and doing the fish all at the same time. Yep. What's up, Myron? What's wrong with the Ninja Turtles? I like this shirt. What's wrong with the Ninja Turtles? How they say cowabunga, dude. Yeah. I like the Ninja Turtles. Ooh, got that one a little bit too much. We're gonna rub that in. Rub that in. Yeah, I like the Ninja Turtles. I've always liked the Ninja Turtles, man. That's a classic right there. Always liked the Ninja Turtles. Yeah, that's a childhood. That's a childhood show right there. Yeah. And my fish, I'm gonna cook that in the skillet, y'all. We're gonna do a cast iron skillet for that. I'll go ahead and just wash my hands up here real quick. Alrighty. Yeah. All right. How you been doing, Myron? I haven't seen you in a while. How you been doing? All right. So let's go ahead and. Nah, I actually so when I was vegan, I stopped doing the whole vegan thing. Let me get something a little taller to kind of put y'all on top of. Yeah, so I had stopped doing the vegan thing a while ago. Even though I ain't gonna lie to you, I would go back to it. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think I'm gonna use this. I will go back to it. Trying to get y'all up here somewhere. I'm trying to find somewhere to put y'all at, so y'all can kind of see exactly what I'm working on here, real quick. One second here, y'all. I'm trying to move this right here. My bad. I'm gonna always have issues trying to get everything going here real quick. Well, next I'm gonna do it this way. That way y'all can kind of see it a little better. Let me go this way. There we go. Bam. Let me go this way. That way y'all can kind of see a little bit better. You know what? Let me do it this way. Mm, mm. Apologize, y'all. Well, you know what? I'm just gonna do it this way. It hits you from the food from the country. Yeah, I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you. What messed me up? I ain't gonna lie to y'all, right? So I'm gonna be honest with y'all. This is what happened, right? So I haven't told a lot of people this story. How did I go from back to eating meat again? Now you know I was vegan for a little minute, right? So I was vegan for a little minute. So let me tell you what happened, right? Now I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I haven't told nobody this. So this is what really happened. I know I'm gonna do this for y'all. Give me 1 second. So this is what happened. All right. So I was vegan for about like a complete year, right? All right. So I know you remember that. I was vegan for a whole year. So what happened was right before I had went back to Colorado, because I remember that's the last time you had really seen me. So at that time I was vegan, right? So I was vegan at that time. So this is what happened. Prior to me going back to Colorado, it was Zara's birthday coming up, time to live. It was something before we had went back to Colorado. It was Zara's birthday. Is that what happened? Yeah, it was Zara's birthday, right? It was Zara's birthday, and my mother-in-law had decided. Now this ain't her fault. I ain't putting no blame on nobody. So she decided to do a crawfish boil, right? Well, no, Tangelia decided to do a crawfish boil. It was for her birthday, and she had decided to do a crawfish boil. Now, no lie, right? No lie. She had decided to do a crawfish boil. And of course, right, I'm about to give me some. Y'all about to have a whole crawfish boil, and I'm vegan. And I was vegan for an entire year. For an entire year. And I cannot make this up. This is what messed me up, y'all. Y'all won't believe what took me out. It was a turkey neck. A turkey neck took me out. And that was the first piece of meat that I had in an entire year. An entire year. And I had turkey necks, I had crawfish, I had potatoes, I had like the whole works. Like I had the whole shebang bang, the shebang bang. And I'm not gonna make this up, y'all. I went to sleep around I want to say like 4 o'clock, and I didn't wake up till like 6 o'clock the next day. I was in a food coma. Like literally, I think I was in a food coma. Because like I said, when I went to sleep or whatever, I did not wake up. Like I didn't wake up till like 10 hours later, and that was my first time having meat again after a year. And to be honest with you, I haven't been able to shake back. I have not been able to shake back from that. So, but I ain't gonna lie to you. I mean, when I was vegan, that was like the one of the best times. Like that was the best times when I was vegan. That was the best time. Like the best I've ever felt. Like that was the healthiest I ever felt when I was vegan. It was the best. I'm not gonna lie to you. That was the best I've ever felt when I was vegan. Literally. Yeah. Yeah. hmm Yeah. And that's. I'm serious. Like it was the best I've ever felt when I was vegan. But unfortunately, a turkey neck took me out. It was a turkey neck. A turkey neck had took me out. But I mean, y'all probably think, oh, I'm making that up. No, I ain't making it up. Why my thing upside down? Let me see something. Why is it upside down? Oh, give me a moment. My bad, y'all. Yeah, a turkey neck took me out, y'all. That's what happened. I'm about to flip y'all around for a second here. Yep, but a turkey neck took me out, and I was out the game after that. All right, so we about to go ahead and throw our onions in here. Trying to move it that way y'all can kind of really see what I'm doing. But yeah, yep, a turkey neck took me out. So I'm about to go ahead and throw my onions in here. I also got some broccolini. I think I'm gonna do my broccolini and the fish at the same time. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and throw our onions in, and then we also got our andouille sausage. I'm sorry, Zayden, I scared you. So we're gonna let that just cook down for a minute. I'm doing the potatoes. Yeah, I'm trying to get it done early because you know how everybody be like, that takes too long. So I'm starting to cook a little bit early so that way y'all got it. Have you ever tried this apple juice? You want to try some? It's like you like apple cider, don't you? It's like you ever had apple cider? It kind of tastes like apple cider, but it's not hot. Oh. But yeah, y'all. I mean, but I've been really wanting to do this YouTube thing, this whole digital creator thing full time, y'all. So I've really been trying to go hard with it. And I just started like my new job in Texas, and I've been kind of conflicted on a few different things because my job paid for school. My job paid for the school, and then I've been trying to decide whether if I want to, go to school, try to work, and do the whole, social media thing. What's up, Zayden? What's up? But I think I should really, just focus on the whole YouTube thing and the social media thing. I've been doing really good, y'all. So for those who don't know, I had got recognized by Mount Olive Pickles, and I was just blown away. They sent me a whole, they sent me like a whole pickle kit. Let me show that to y'all. So they sent me a whole pickle kit, and it was cool. Like my cabinet is still filled with pickles. So they sent this to me, and I thought that was dope, y'all. So I mean, they sent me like a whole jug of pickles. I'm still sitting on some of the pickle shots that they sent me. Let me send this to y'all. So they also sent me. They sent me this. I still got a little bit left. I've been using it. They sent me the Mount Olive like little gallon pickle juice, and they also sent me some pickle relish. And we really going through the pickles up in here. Okay, so this is another thing of pickles I use. They sent me that as well. I also got some pickle shots up in here. So I've been saving that for a different occasion. But yeah, they've been sending me a good little bit of stuff, and I've been trying to use everything. Really have. Yeah, but it is now 6:37. I'm trying to give myself a little bit of time. I'm trying to see if I could be done by by 7:30. I'm giving myself till 7:30. I think I could be done by then. Trying to let this cook down a little bit, y'all. So this is gonna get all that flavor in here. All right, we got our potatoes right here. We're gonna go ahead and drain the water from them. It smells so good, though. And this is my first time making it for my wife, so I don't know how I'm gonna compare to her mother, but we'll see. And once that cooks down, then we're gonna go ahead and get our potatoes in here. I am looking for the pot top because I'm still nope, that don't really go on there. We got a top for this pot, huh? All right, so we got okay. I think I found it. That's it. Cool. There we go. Cool. All right. All right. All right. So I'm just kind of turning this over like every 3 minutes. And where the sausages don't really like, burn too much on one side. So the onions are just about done. So then once this is done, so I have not seasoned my potatoes yet. You don't season them until the potatoes are soft. So we're gonna go ahead and get our potatoes in here. So this looks good. You see our sausages, they reduce about like 50% in size. So the sausages are not the same size as they was before. And the onions are pretty much cooked down. So you can see how the onions are starting to look super translucent. So that's how you know when your onions are done. And the sausage just smells beautiful. Moving this over a little bit. Alright. So now we're about to go ahead. We're about to add our potatoes. I got gold potatoes, but you can use whatever potatoes you want. So we're about to go ahead and add our potatoes to the pot. If they do start to stick, you just add a little bit of water to it. But we're not going to add no water right now. Alrighty. Then we're going to go ahead and put a top on that. Alrighty. So then next, we're about to go ahead and get our broccolini going. Get our broccolini going. Now for the broccolini, it's very simple and easy to do. You cannot mess up the broccolini, y'all. You can't mess that up. So first, I like to go ahead and I like to saute my broccolini in some olive oil. So we're about to go ahead and get that going. The fish I'm gonna do last. I'm gonna do the fish last. All right. So we're about to go ahead and we're about to get our fire on a medium high. Alrighty. Now, for those who don't like broccolini, I feel like, something wrong with you. You don't like broccolini? Because I feel like broccoli, I don't know what it is about broccolini compared to regular broccoli. I feel like it tastes good. It tastes better. I don't know. What you think, Tanzala? Well, she says she rather the broccolini than the regular broccoli as well. I love this place. You love this place? Yes. What you like about this place? I love the San Antonio place. Oh, you love the San Antonio place? Yes. Yeah, we've only been here for about few months. Now, and he's really starting to like it, and I think I'm starting to, like it a little bit. I'm not really to the point yet where this is home, but I feel like I'm getting there. I am getting there, y'all. You ever just sit something down and you just lose it? That is me all day, losing stuff. Like, how do you lose stuff? What did Tony? You don't see the Tony Satchers didn't roll, did it? Huh? The Tony Satchers, I had it right here. Okay, I see it. It's right there. Okay. Alrighty. So for my broccoli, I'm pretty simple with the broccoli, y'all. I'm just using onion powder and garlic powder, and you can do some seasoning salt. So I do kind of heat it up with olive oil to kind of get it started, and then once we are, we're nice and coated with the olive oil and the broccoli is starting to, become a little bit soft, Then I'll go ahead and I'll throw some butter in the mix, and then I'll go ahead and season it up a little bit. All right, so then we're about to go ahead and stir up our potatoes. Let me get you back over to the potatoes. All right, so now we got that all stirred up, and we're gonna let that steam. Bam. All right, so now we getting that done. Yeah, my wife, she really likes how I do the broccolini. Yep, and it's really simple, y'all, and it really don't take a long time to cook. That's what I like about it, to be honest with you. It really don't take a long time to cook. All right, so my fire is hot enough. You want apple juice? All right, come in, come get you your apple juice.
Oh, it's so cool. I think Mom will eat it.
There you go.
I think Mom will eat it.
Mm-hmm. All right. All right, so our fire is hot enough, so we're gonna go ahead and get this thrown in here. Picking out some of these leaves and stuff in here. They got like some leaves. Kind of texture. I never really seen it like that with the like the little leaves. So it's been washed already. It came from HEB, and I double washed it. Some people like to cut their broccolini down. I don't. I leave it whole, exactly where it is. We can hit that with a little bit more olive oil, y'all. And the fish I am going to do last. All right, cool. I'll turn that up just a little bit. And definitely you want to make sure that your broccoli is all in there. Sorry about that, y'all. Trying to get this adjusted in my